Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome to all the nominees. I want to echo Senator Sullivan's comments, extraordinarily well qualified, and the work you have done to serve this country prior to this day is exceptional. I want to express my appreciation and recognition of that. I also want to have to go back to our wonderful chairman, John McCain, and remind the senator that Billy Mitchell was court-martialed, but that's another story.
But I think he got his rank back after that, but he was.
This is something that's been going on for 10 years in this committee.
Turns out he knew what he was talking about.
He did. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Mr. Williams, I know Senator Reed raised this question, but I'm gravely concerned about this memo that was mentioned on Friday of the possibility of 500 people in the NNSA as non-essential. That's 20% of the workforce. And the testimony was it's one of the greatest scientific and engineering organizations in human history. I just don't understand how that wonderful organization, that's true, 20% are non-essential. By the way, I did a little calculation. That's 0.2% of the NSA budget is those 500 people. So what's to be gained by reducing the staff by 20% of this essential agency in this moment of the rebuilding of our nuclear triad?
Senator King, thank you for that question and for your attention on the workforce, which I think is absolutely critical. If confirmed, I commit to you that I will stand up for the men and women of NNSA, that I will advocate for them. We're facing a moment in history where NNSA must perform. And I think there's opportunities for us to innovate at NNSA, to deliver on the program of record and the expectations that this committee has set, and that will stand up to our adversaries.
You're absolutely right. This is a no-fail mission. And in fact, because of the modernization program that we're in the midst of, the demands on NSA have never been greater, probably since the founding of the agency. So I hope you will stand up for that workforce. And by the way, there's an issue here not only of the people, 500 people being said they're non-essential. The effect on morale in the workforce, I think, is something to be considered. So I hope you can address this early in your tenure and be sure that the workforce is protected and that the morale and the esprit of the agency can be maintained. Will you commit to that?
Mr. King, if confirmed, I will certainly commit to that. I will tell you that my commitment to this deterrence really did begin in Tiananmen Square in May of 1989, and observation of the student protests there. I was in the Pacific on a nuclear submarine during the third crisis of the Taiwan Strait, when the Communist Chinese first launched missiles in the modern age that dropped short and flew over Taiwan in a show of force. In the aftermath of that, as I recall, we sailed a carrier battle group through the Strait of Formosa to show our resolve, and that we can't do that today, and that concerns me. This program's of historic importance.
I couldn't agree more. Mr. Hansel, I always ask intelligent officials the same question. Will you tell the president the truth even if it's something he doesn't want to hear?
Absolutely, I would do so, and I think the president and the secretary would require me to do so.
The former DNI, Dan Coates, put it very succinctly. He said, the job of the intelligence community is to find the truth and tell the truth. And just parenthetically, who started the war in Ukraine?
Senator, it's a military fact that Russia invaded Ukraine both in 2014 and 2022, as recently outlined in the unclassified ATA.
Thank you.
Annual threat assessment.
You just earned my vote. Thank you, sir. Mr. Williams, I'm going to overlook the Harvard Law School experience. I think several other senators on this committee labor under that disability. Can you recall an occasion in all of your career as a lawyer for the military when you said no to an officer something, an order that they wanted to pursue that you told them was contrary to the Constitution or the laws of this country?
Senator, I typically try to avoid that situation by providing advice in advance, but I can recall experiences where there were violations of the law of armed conflict, which I had to point out. When I was in Afghanistan one year, we had a platoon leader who had some detainees, and he was making them walk in front of the formation across IED infected land. It was a violation of law of armed conflict. It's not how we do it. We separate our prisoners and speed them to the rear. So that was something I had to point out.
And you made it clear and reversed the.
Oh, there was an
the,
investigation.
process.
Just correct, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator